Are you feeling too busy to make art? Whether you're a mom or a student, or you're working the 9 to 5 or even longer hours with a commute, you know what I'm talking about. I'm a mom of 4 myself, and I've been creating on a regular basis, posting almost daily on Instagram and creating videos here weekly for the past year. And I've learned a thing or two about what to do to find the time, energy, and motivation to do more art. Hi, I'm Françoise. Welcome back to my channel. This video is meant to inspire you and motivate you to get more productive. By no means am I encouraging you to do exactly what I'm doing, but instead use my tips to fit your own life and struggles. I want to be honest as well. Things will never be absolutely perfect every day when you lead a busy life, but they can be tremendously improved with small daily actions, and that will benefit your emotional well-being over time. Add up the little things to improve your art routine day after day, and imagine what you can achieve in a few weeks. This is exactly what I did, and I'm going to give you my little secrets for more time, energy, and motivation to create. So sit back and relax with this speed painting. My first tip to help you create more art is to think about what it is you want to achieve first. What are your goals for the year or months to come? Determining what your goals truly are will help you get organized around those goals. That's why it's a crucial question you should ask yourself first if you want to become more efficient with your time or motivate yourself more. For instance, I started painting with watercolors in July of 2019, exactly a year ago, after slowly getting back into art. I decided then that my goal was to learn watercolors so I could paint about anything I wanted and create sketchbooks for my trips. To reach this goal, I knew I needed to create more art, like several times a week. There's no secret sauce when it comes to improve, so it was very clear to me that was what I needed to do. And yet at the time, I was pregnant with my fourth and already had little time and energy, but having this specific goal was the first step to becoming more organized. It really helped me out. Your goal can be bigger than mine or smaller, it doesn't really matter as long as you're clear on where you want to go and how you're going to get there. My second tip is to start planning ahead, because now that you know what it is you really want to achieve through art, it's going to be even better to visualize how you can reach this goal by writing it down and breaking down all the steps. So grab a planner or pen and paper and start thinking about how you can organize yourself day after day, week after week to get there. I'll link in the description of this video the planners I have tried and love to use. I think those tools are great for structure and to form a clear idea of what can be done and when. When I plan my days, I do it weekly, but I also check in every evening, and a great tip here for artists is to plan on what it is you're going to draw or paint the next day. It really helps to do that, and it makes it easier to get up and go create when there's an opportunity. Because just imagine how unmotivating it is to realize you have time for art now, but you know you're going to be wasting half an hour of that time looking for references or thinking about what you could create when you only have 2 hours to draw or paint, let's say. It has happened to me many times. By the time I was done looking for a reference on Unsplash or another free stock photo website, my time was almost up, so I didn't think getting started with a painting was suitable, and in the end I got nothing done, and I was disappointed in myself for being all over the place. If this feeling sounds familiar, drop me a comment below. I have a feeling I'm not the only one struggling with that. My third tip is to get all the annoying tasks like house chores or prepping meals out of the way as much as possible by batching those tasks. For chores, you can only batch to a certain extent, but with a little bit of planning, as I was saying earlier, I'm sure you can improve on a few things. Like, I know I decided not to obsess over my house being perfectly clean and tidy all the time, and instead I'll focus on the main daily tasks that I usually get done early in the morning, and weekly I'll go do something else for the house that takes me a little longer, but I try to keep it reasonable because the last thing I want is to feel like all I'm doing are chores. For meals, keeping it simple is what has worked best for me. It can be easier with a fridge, or even better, a freezer. You can very well organize and from time to time decide to cook larger quantities of anything yummy and time-consuming that you can store away. And on a daily basis, I'd suggest to go for healthy and faster to cook meals like salads for summertime and soups for wintertime. Slow cookers are great too. There are plenty of ways to eat healthy without spending hours in the kitchen. For breakfast, I've been making these overnight porridges, and I like them because they're fast, healthy, and it's ready in the morning. If you're busy with a job or anything else, it's a great way to start the day knowing a good breakfast is waiting for you. My fourth tip is to track your time. What do you do with it? Are there times during the day you could optimize more? This could mean multitasking when possible, doing less of one thing, or just skip what's useless. For instance, I used to listen to motivational videos and podcasts while sitting on the couch, and now I do that as I paint or exercise. My fifth tip is to prioritize. Just like goal setting, prioritizing is key to helping you reach your dreams. Let's say you're committed to doing more art, then you know there's something you need to do less of to free yourself the time for art. I'm not suggesting to forget about your kids or leave work earlier than you should. Instead, think about what you're doing that doesn't really add value to your everyday life. It could be watching TV, playing video games, going out. For me, it was reading a lot of books. I still read, but a lot less. Try to think about that. Now, if you're already doing art regularly but you want to get more intentional with it, you can also prioritize to up your skills. For instance, a year ago, I decided to focus on watercolors rather than working with every medium. And from time to time, I'll also decide I want to learn something special with watercolors, like painting the sea, for instance. And I'll take seascape painting classes over the course of a few weeks. There's a book I read, it's pure gold when you feel you're all over the place. It's called The One Thing by Gary Keller. I'll link it in the description if you want to check it out. My sixth tip is focus. Focus on painting or drawing while you're doing it. You will get more done, especially if you're prone to checking your phone a lot, which I'm not perfect with, I do it too, or if you tend to multitask. Focusing for hours at a time doesn't work well for me because I get interrupted constantly since my kids are home with me, but one thing you can do if you have the possibility is set yourself 2 or 3 hours at a certain time of the day when you know you're going to create only. As a mom, the best way I have found to work with that is to create in the afternoons when my little ones nap, or in the evenings. I'll do everything else in the morning very early. There's no one-size-fits-all here, so that's why using a planner helps understanding where the opportunities to create really are. My seventh tip is to make those principles I mentioned before a habit. To stick to them naturally, at first you will need to be consistent and it won't be easy. Challenge yourself to stick to a routine for a few weeks. Keep in mind you will see a result, but you need to put in the work if you truly want to see some change. I don't mean to brag, but I want to illustrate this and point out that a year ago I struggled with watercolors and have improved a lot. Now I can paint almost anything without spending ages doing it. I also had a tiny following on Instagram that I managed to grow to 10K. I also managed to post 2 quality videos a week on here on YouTube, giving you guys a lot of art tips and value, when before I struggled every week to even film one. Again, I'm not here to brag. Instead, I hope you see how powerful small actions and habits can be over time. If I can do it with the situation I'm in, so can you. My 8th tip is to rest before you do anything. Who else here tends to go to bed late at night only to have regrets because they wake up tired in the morning? I sometimes do, but I make an effort to get myself in bed earlier now. For me, it works to go around 11 p.m. because I know how bad my day will be if I'm exhausted. I used to feel more productive at night, and it may work for you if you're younger, to get things done late in the day. For us people who have kids or need to go to work in the morning, going to bed early can be a game changer, especially when our energy levels are low. Thinking about it, if you wake up tired, you're not going to be happy with yourself and everything is going to seem harder that day. I personally think it's better to take the time for rest in the evening and wake up refreshed and pumped up about the day. If you have a bit more time than I do, you can also throw a little bit of exercise in there, and that, plus healthy eating and hydrating a lot, will keep you going and feeling more energetic. All the planning and organization also plays a huge part in your energy levels. If you feel you're organized, you'll be happier with yourself, while the opposite can drain the energy out of you. And I know you know exactly what this feels like because we're all struggling with that. This leads to my 9th tip, which is to wake up early. I used to be a night owl and disliked being up early, but after getting up early several times in a row, I quickly saw the benefits and I can't revert back to what I was doing before. Again, this works for me because that's how I decided to organize myself. It's okay if you think sleeping in benefits you more. We're all different. Do what works best and right for you. For me, like I said, Waking up early after getting a good night's sleep helps because I get to do useful tasks on my creative process and YouTube channel before my kids wake up. By the time they're up, I'm happy I already got things done for my next video or picked the next photos I want to paint, and I can focus on them fully afterwards. The satisfaction I get out of getting key things done to start my day is making me happy and craving for more. It's a virtuous and healthy cycle, I feel like, and that's why for me it's a game changer. I get up at 6 a.m. every day. There was a time when I exercised more and didn't have as many kids, but I worked a full-time job, so I woke up at 5 a.m. then, and the results were the same. I felt really happy with myself throughout the rest of the day, not frustrated nor tired. So now what's next? You have the tools to organize your life around what you love to do the most. I said in the beginning that not everything is perfect, even with a lot of organization and focus, because sometimes things happen and take the whole day off balance, or the motivation just isn't there. You know how that goes. This inspired my 10th tip. It's something I do is not to beat myself up too much over things I can't control, like me or one of the kids being sick, or events like COVID-19 for instance. Most importantly, take all the breaks you need. Don't drive yourself crazy tired over any project, otherwise you won't be able to last in the long run. If I have little time, typically I'll go for quick and satisfying paintings like skies or galaxies, or a Skillshare class because I find those really relaxing. And to fight a lack of motivation, I'll pause and read books, novels, but also personal development books. If it's hard to get up and paint when I'm aimlessly scrolling on my phone being lazy, I'll look for a good podcast episode to listen to, and I'll do that while I'm painting. Or I'll look for an art challenge. These work wonders for me. See what inspires you to get creating. Laziness is something I experience daily. I just want to sit there and do nothing sometimes. And as time goes on and I analyze how I go about my days and how much I can get done with my specific situation, I've come to realize procrastination is not always a bad thing. I think we all need a little bit here and there to remain sane. Sometimes I feel a little down, like all of us, and a good break from social media, a nice walk outdoors, a good movie usually does the trick. I hope I got my message across that you can do a lot of things to get more productive, organized, energetic, and motivated, but that it's totally okay to rest and take it easy a bit too. There are days when it's not going to be easy, when you're going to wonder if taking this time for yourself is even for you, given your situation. It happens to me on a regular basis, but having those tools and principles is what has kept me going, and most importantly, what is helping me improve and move forward with my art. I tried to share my tips the way I see things now, so forgive me if not everything feels applicable to you right now, and let me know below what has helped you and what you want to implement in your own life right now. If you enjoyed this video, you may also give it a like and share it around you. And if you want to learn from my painting tutorials, don't forget to subscribe and hit notifications. Thanks a lot for giving me a little bit of your time today, and see you in the next video.